Hello, good morning. My name is Nuno Ribeiro, not Request. I'm the co-CEO of Laboratórios. We are an SME from Portugal. We mainly act on telco and smart cities. We are one of the companies that are addressing new solutions for mobility, for environment, for instance, smart page with waste management and so on. And we have created an urban platform that aggregates the data from different verticals in order to enhance people's life. It's not only a control room for managing all the verticals of a city, but also gives the possibility to have the ISO 47120, that is for sustainable and smart cities. It gives, provides to the mayor a real assessment of what are the main political KPIs of the city. And I'm here today to promote not only these solutions, but looking for partners to enhance these solutions. And as you've seen in the main objectives of the call, all of these objectives are quite related to this. So I'm here during the day. Please be my guest to have 5 minutes of talk, and let's see what we can do together.
Thank you. I will call now Vera Gregório from Lisboa, Innova.
Hello, good morning. My name is Vera from Lisboa Nova, the Energy Agency of Lisbon, Energy and Environment Agency of Lisbon. And we are here because we are developing projects regarding urban living labs. We consider that urban transformation, an urban living lab could be a very useful and important infrastructure to promote urban transformation. So in this case, in this particular case, we are in the beginning of Alfama Living Lab at a neighborhood scale. And this lab that we are developing The main idea of this living lab, it is a test, it is a pilot, it is to promote urban transformation based on innovation and entrepreneurship. And the main engine of the urban living lab, it is the sustainability and the climate change adaptation. We are going to be focused in 5 innovation areas in an integrated way: local circular economy, sustainable mobility, climate resilient public spaces. The 4 is urban rehabilitation and positive energy districts. And the 5 vertical area, it is about natural and cultural heritage and also sustainable tourism. So this is the main idea, and at this moment we are developing this concept. And we would like to go further, and for that we need also more funding. And also we are creating a network of stakeholders to engage, because this is a model based on open innovation, centered in the users, and also we consider that using an approach based on a quadruple helix, it is fundamental, involving academia, private stakeholders, citizens, and the local entities. Thank you.
I call now Catarina Slava from SEIA, the Center for Engineering and Development. She's not. So, she's not here. I will call João Coelho Souza from the Alenquer Municipality. No. Okay, so Kenny Kaluji for decarbonify, he's here. So.
Good morning. My name is Kenny. I'm the CEO and founder of Decarbonify. We're a Norwegian startup company. We started not so long ago, 6 months ago, about there. So what we're doing is that we have a vision for climate action. So we want to help companies or societies reduce their CO2 footprint and not just offsetting. So most of the time, if you're looking into the low carbon approach to how companies are moving into this approach to reduce their carbon footprint, they're doing mostly offsets. So for us, what we're doing is that we are trying to provide carbon data analytics to societies, to organizations, where they could actually envision what's happening within their value chain. So usually we are a company, a startup company that is providing carbon data analytics to societies, to living labs, to companies as well. But the whole idea about this is that we want to help companies reduce their CO2 footprint. So most of us, I don't know if we know about our carbon footprint. So usually we talk big about climate change and sustainability, but within our product value chains, there's a lot of carbon footprint within that. So for us as Decarbonify, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to provide carbon analytics through customized dashboards where you could see your entire value chain on how you're doing on the carbon analytics, on carbon emissions. And this is a really key factor to how we can actually move to a low carbon future. The other things that we're doing is that we are running life cycle analysis. So I don't know if you know a little bit about life cycle analysis. Life cycle analysis is looking from the beginning of life, middle of life of your products, your services, until the end of life. And usually through this process, there's a lot of emissions. So if you are producing something or goods, services, there's a lot of emissions in these processes. So for us, we are trying to help companies, societies to reduce their CO2 footprint by making sure that we provide data analytics, real data analytics, where they could see the whole value chain and make decisions on that. So there's a lot of visualizations. I think from the slides, that is going to be shared soon. I think you could see the whole process, and looking forward to meet people to collaborate with regarding carbon analytics. Thank you so much.
Chacalma Ana Pereira from Bicicultura, if she's here, she's not. Filipa Carlos from Medclive.
Good morning. The wine sector represents an important economic activity in Portugal, and not only, all over the Mediterranean area. It is a very attractive sector because it is related also with our emotions. We celebrate with wine and we create memories with wine. However, the vine and wine value chain is facing severe challenges to climate change. There are several problems related with extreme weather events or even the changes in the seasons that accelerate the ripening of the grapes, introduce new pests and diseases. We don't have enough water available, and also the alcoholic content on wine is increasing. Despite the research and developments on adaptation strategies, the vast majority of the wine producers and grape producers don't have access to information, or if they do, they don't really know what to do with it. We need to make it actionable. So we need to make the available knowledge accessible and context-specific to concrete solutions can be developed or adopted at a broader scale. So MedClive is a climate kick project with 5 countries involved: Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, Slovenia, and Cyprus. And we are working on the capacity building along the vine and wine value chain. We are promoting participatory events and ideation events to co-create and share adaptation solutions, adaptation and mitigation solutions to increase the resilience of the vine and wine value chain. The activities on MedClive are articulated under the umbrella of living labs. So 5 living labs are expected in the Mediterranean area, and we are here presenting MedClive today because, of course, this is only possible and we have a higher reach of the solutions if we have good partners and if we can increase the impact of the project and the living labs. So we want to take advantage of the already existing resources. We want to promote the participatory events and innovation processes, and also to achieve a measurable impact on the transition towards the zero carbon economy. In this sense, the living labs are the adequate context to address this complex problem of climate adaptation, including mitigation and decarbonization. And everyone here can be a partner, can have a role. So I invite you all to join this initiative with such a significant meaning on our history, our culture, and on our way of living. Thank you.
Now I'll call Francisco Fernandes, and there is always, no, she's not here. So Joaquim Alberto Oliveira from Aveiro University.
It's okay? Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm the director of LAREC, Laboratório Regional de Engenharia Civil, Regional Civil Engineering Laboratory from Azores. Azores, for maybe the grants partners, is an archipelago in the middle of the Atlantic with 9 islands, with a bit more of 200,000 people. This lab works for 40 years in the area of civil engineer. He has a partnership from that time to the National Civil Engineer Laboratory. His main areas of study and work are geotechnical and materials and structure and analysis of structures. He develops tests and studies for all private and public entities in the area, and develops projects also in this area. LAREC is interested in developing projects in the area of sustainability. Azores, as you know, or if you don't know, recently have the distinction of tourism certification seal from the Global Tourism Certification, and it's a goal there in the tourism area and in the other areas also. I think it's a good place for having living lab tests, although from this coal point of view, if we want to have a coal, we must join all the population and involve whales and cows, and then we have the population for the. But we can maybe enter in the support in this area. We have an island from 300 people. From the biggest island has about 150,000 people. Other areas that are interest for us are the study and development of new materials from raw materials and from waste from construction areas and other areas also. Climate change mitigation is also an important area of study of this lab. We have developed many studies in in this area from the effect of landslides and the effect in the coastal area. And it's an area that we would like to develop and study furthermore with this evolution of these effects. And because of this archipelago is very sensible to these effects. Okay, thank you.
And now Joaquim Alberto Oliveira from Aveiro University. Não é Joaquim, mas...
Joaquim Oliveira, as you might notice. My name is Angela Fernandes. Joaquim is quite shy, so he doesn't want to come here on the stage. We are a quite young and vibrant university in the center of Portugal that is like a city within a city. So we think we are a very interesting partner as a promoter or a partner to draw, to develop, scale, and test some solutions for businesses and for companies or for municipalities. So that's why we are here. Thank you.
Now André Guimarães from Sense.
Good morning, or good morning, or Norge. I work for Ubiware alongside with Nuno in the project HerbSense, and HerbSense is basically our organic approach to city management. But first, let's go back to the basics. We, as people, we are not living labs, but living bodies, living beings. We feel, we cherish, we amuse in parties, we get hungry because coffee break is close to us, and tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so we love. And the thing is, we act accordingly to our emotions, to our feelings, and accordingly to the information that our body gathers by our neurons and by our nervous system. And I'm not giving you a lecture in anatomy, but it helps me if you remember that a nervous system is composed by a central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So the peripheral is our neurons that connects all parts of our body, our organs, to the central one that is our brain and our spine. That coordinates all the information. That's the thing. We have a nervous system, and in our vision, a city also has a nervous system. The city possesses information that can be connected, that can be gathered in one simple coordination organ that can support decision making. So this is how we see the cities, and this is how we can contribute to a vision for a better city, for integrated solutions. Because we all hear about integrated solutions, we say that, okay, climate change mitigation needs integrated solutions. But are really our cities prepared for integrated solutions? Are our cities integrated? In Ubiware, we work with technology, and we can work with you, suiting the future of your city, and unraveling HerbSense, the city nervous system. Thank you.
And now Andrei Romanenko from More Collab.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you very much to the organization for inviting us and accepting us as participants in this event. So we have seen presentations of universities, research institutions, and companies. More is a collaborative laboratory whose function is to be the interface between research and development institutions and society in general, and that includes industry, local authorities, and communities in general. Our inspiration is the Mediterranean mountains, but we view them as not as a territory with differences in heights, but also as a territory, as a place with a very specific economic and social challenges. And our function, our mission is to address those, implementing innovation projects involving, as I said, research and development in society. We are a young group of 24 highly qualified people organized in 4 scientific groups. The first one is related to food and bio-based products. The second group is agriculture, environment, and ecosystem management, which is extremely relevant to what we are discussing today. The third group is cultural heritage, tourism, and the fourth group, which is a universal group, as we call, is clean tech and industry 4.0 and digitalization. That works with all the other 3 groups in project in all our initiatives. And also when we have problems with electronic equipment, usually we call them for help. As I already mentioned, these topics are very dear to us, and to prove that, I can say that we have submitted. More is 7 months old, but we have submitted already 2 project proposals in the context of EEA grant programs, and we are preparing another one. So we've been very active in this context. For this particular call in question, what we are discussing here, we would like to offer our partnership, our experience, our expertise, technical and scientific expertise on one hand, and also we would like at the end to be a partner that would disseminate the knowledge, the technologies generated inside this, in the context of this project, in other municipalities, because they also deserve it. And so we look forward, I and my 2 colleagues here, we look forward to the discussions, to the further discussions during the day. Thank you very much.
And the next speech is from Paulo de Freitas from Indigo World. No. So I will call Jorge Rodrigues de Almeida, RDA Climate Solutions.
Hello everyone. I will keep it quite short. RDA Climate Solutions, we are an advisory company. We provide advice on financial issues related with climate change, mainly with energy. And for this specific call, what we can offer you is a different approach with business models and financial schemes that will provide you finance for the continuation of the project. So that's what we have to offer, different business models and financial schemes that could help you to develop the project way further than the 1 million euros that you will get from funding on this call. Thank you.
And now João D'aAbreu from Smart Energy Lab.
Hello, good morning everyone. So, I'm from the Smart Energy Lab, and it's the second collab that we have here today. So, the More collab is a collab that is in Bragança. In Portugal, there are 26 collabs. This is something new. that the Portuguese government and the Portuguese Foundation for Science and Technology implemented in 2017-18. This one, the Smart Energy Lab, we are more recent. We were created in October 2019. And we are the co-lab that is more focused on energy. There is another, but it's more related to electric charging. And we, in this co-lab, in the Smart Energy Co-lab, we have it's a non-for-profit association, it's a private entity, and we have EDP, that is our main partner and our main sponsor, Accenture, that is a very well-known consulting IT company, 3 universities and 2 research institutes. So we have the University of Lisbon in University Faculdade de Ciências, Science University. We have Instituto Superior Técnico. We have University of Coimbra and INESC Porto and INESC ID in Lisbon. So we are quite recent, but in 2020 we will have lots of activities, and our focus is also very related with this call. We have competitive advantages by having direct access to the EDP world, to the Accenture world, and then 3 universities and these 2 institutes that are one of the best in Portugal, and some of them are also referenced in the world. So we act our 3 main areas of acting. It's distributed resources, so renewable energies, e-mobility, electric mobility, of course, and another one that is a bit more complex that is called flexibility. And we are more focused on the energy value chain. We are more focused on the downstream, so more solutions that we can use in our homes, in our offices, in our companies. So we are more focused on the downstream of the energy value chain. Not so much in the upstream, not in the production, but much more on the solutions that we can use in our daily lives. So we look forward to have the meetings, and feel free to contact us. Thank you.
And now for Anders Stolland from the International Development Norway.
Morning. International Development is a non-for-profit consulting company. Since 2010, we have been partner in more than 25 EA programs or projects, mainly in Central and Eastern Europe. The main project has been in what's called green industry innovation. That means implementing green solutions in production companies. But what we have seen is that to have a green innovation, you also have to look at the local impacts on the environment, but also the job creation effects. So that means more and more we have moved into a multi-stakeholder dialogue at local level and using the circular economy approach. That means, for example, in some cases, the municipality is in the steering position. For example, in Bulgaria, we are now engaged in several LED street lighting projects, where our contribution is related to how the investment in LED street lighting can be the starting point and a platform for developing smart communities, smart cities, but also for community development in general. Because LED lighting somehow makes the community more attractive, that is, open up a lot of opportunities. But we also include what we call private finance for the future, because a lot of those investments is very suitable for private finance. So that is something we contribute with and are building capacity in the municipality. We also see for local development and community development that engaging young people is a key instrument. So we have a huge project in Southeastern Europe with 5 countries where we mobilize unemployed young people. We turn them into entrepreneurs, and one of the focus is to see how the young people can contribute to solution businesses that support local economic development. So we are mobilizing young people. And all this is somehow a living lab approach. We are also engaged in Central and Eastern Europe and also in Portugal with looking at recycling of plastic, awareness, but how locally to have a concept where we're using collected plastic to turn it into local products. So you're making businesses out of it locally. So that's an approach we might think can fit into this living lab call. So in general, we participate in the whole project life cycle. Our contribution in the application phase is somehow to assist in shaping a green, innovative project. And then during the project execution, we support, or in a way, provide the necessary experts you want to have into the project. Thank you very much.
From the Energy, Pedro Oliveira, Energy and Environment Agency of Lourdes. He's not here, so João Diniz, from Cascais Ambiente.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cascais. So Cascais sits in the outer skirts of Lisbon. We are a 100 square kilometer municipality, but 1/3 of our land is actually protected landscape. We are actively engaged in climate action since 2009. We were the first municipality in Portugal to have a strategic plan for climate change. We were the first ones to have an action plan for climate adaptation that is already 50% implemented, and it's only due until 2030. We have recently presented the first municipality as a carbon neutrality route plan until 2050. We presented that at COP25, and we have many other political commitments ongoing. But we also are actively engaged in living labs. We recently presented the first living lab for pay-as-you-throw systems in Portugal. We had the first deposit return system machinery, actually from Norway, in Cascais Ambiente, our company, and we are looking for newer solutions on energy. So we are actively engaged on all 4 sectors of this call. We have an idea of what we want to do, but we need partners to do it, and we need knowledge as well. We have our own infrastructure, we have our own buildings, we have, like the call requested, 200,000 citizens to see what we are doing, but we have over a nearly number of 150 million tourists every year that go there. So let us know, give us a call, and let's innovate together, all right?